Yes, I was.
Were you?
No, yesterday we didn't go.
No, not yesterday, on Friday.
It was on Friday. Yeah, okay. Dr. Kwamna Donko is being quoted here. We're told that a power purchase agreement, that's the car power purchase agreement. Is that it? Yeah. If the minority saying if it doesn't come before Parliament, they'll sue government. Do you know about this?
Well, I don't know why this matter is even dragging.
Oh.
I don't know why it's dragging.
To you, it's no issue?
It shouldn't be any issue. But to the extent that now MPs have to write to the president demanding that the document should come to Parliament, and then the matter is referred to the AG's office and the ministry. And then the minister comes just last Friday to tell us that I believe it shouldn't come here because it's a...
But doesn't it involve GMPC?
ECG, 100% Ghana owned. What do you have to hide that you don't bring it to?
But ECG not
Parliament?
It's a public company. We do understand that, but it's a company that can go, let's say, contract a loan on its own, right? Does it need to come to Parliament?
The issue
is an argument we've had.
Yeah, that is the argument.
Yes, but
that is the argument.
I'm coming from my lay perspective.
Does it comes to Parliament? 100% owned company. The consequences will come back to all of us. We are selling ECG.
Just in default.
Then we are selling ECG. Then the people will say that, so those in Parliament, what were they doing? Those in Parliament, why have they not said anything? But you don't even want to bring it to Parliament for the representative of the people to even have a look and a say. So you wait for the consequences, and you also sit back and say, they didn't bring it, so ask them. What kind of governance is that?
Is this not related to the GMPC issue?
It's not related in any way.
No, I know. I mean, the scenario.
GMPC
why they wanted to go and contract a loan.
Well, I don't agree with that judgment for whatever reason. Because we've always seen the consequences of state institutions collapsing and then the fallout coming on everybody. Drillship, what happened to drillship? Was it not the same GMPC? Eventually, the whole state had to take charge of it.
And we had to sell the other one off.
It's now becoming a subject of commission of inquiry. Why do we have to wait for problems to come?
Do you think that this needs to go to Parliament?
Does it have to go to Parliament?
You see, this one I'll concede something. I'm not a lawyer. So the legal implications are, but what I know was that since it's a public, it's a limited liability company, all right?
It's a public company.
Public company, the PLC, which we don't have. It can contract loans without parliamentary supervision, and that's
the sole equity is the people of Ghana.
And they're expecting the state to guarantee.
Even though I have a position, but the sole equity, as far as if you look at company law.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the bone of contention. I do not begrudge the minority doing that, because that at the moment that is their purpose, to ensure that at least due diligence is done, and that if
what do you make? I said, what's your position?
My position, because I just told you, I'm not too conversant with it, but I'm just saying that from the layman's point of view, which I have, as against him being a lawyer and a tax consultant of a certain quality, I have to say that I'm using my layman's view to say that this is what it is.
As a layman, this is a state-owned enterprise.
Yes.
If the enterprise collapses,
yes, it will fall on our heads.
It's a burden on government.
Yes, I'm just
saying.
why
would you not...
okay, can I bring in a caveat? Yeah. I think that we're all arguing from different sides. Yeah. One caveat, sole equity, ex-shareholder, people of Ghana, Parliament, responsible for whatever actions the people of Ghana will have to take, and so has to do the scrutiny. On the other side too, limited liability company, PLC or whatever it is, they in persona can also take their own responsibility based on whatever business plans they have. But of course we have precedents. We are talking about drillship, etc.
Yes, you want the state to guarantee, number one. So
it's the GMPC that is guaranteeing, I believe.
So you go for loans.
It's the GMPC that is guaranteeing.
Fine, you go for loans, you don't want us to know about it. But if you're selling your shares...
The GMPC is not the state, is it?
No, I'm not talking about GMPC. We're talking about ECG.
Yes, the GMPC is guaranteeing the loan for...
For what?
It's issuing 2 bank guarantees to Kappa on behalf of ECG.
Who owns GMPC?
Well, we'll come back to the same
Who owns GMPC? Who owns GMPC? Is it a private company? I mean, Ghana Telecom, when we're offloading shares in Ghana Telecom, we all raised up whether it was proper to even divest or not.
But now we're being told...
Now we're being told that they are independent, leave them. So if there's a mess, will we leave them or we have to come and build them out? With whose money? And why are we afraid of Parliament? What is scary about Parliament? For the whole world to know that
Mr.
this is what is going on.
Would it have been cool?
After all, you have even the majority.
Would it have been cool if it had come to Parliament? Nothing wrong.
I don't see anything wrong with it coming to Parliament because, I mean, naturally...
But even if it still doesn't come to Parliament, nothing wrong, right?
No, I can't say that because I'm just saying that if I'm talking from a layman's point of view, and I always consider, if I don't know enough about something, I won't talk about it. What I know, the little I know is that where the government is saying that it doesn't need to bring it to Parliament because these are private, they're companies, and therefore that is it. But I'm just saying that if I were to go into it and look at it and I found out that there was something that I disagreed, I would say it.
Okay, the New Patriotic Party has issued guidelines to regulate their parliamentary
primaries.
That will be primaries, right? Which has been slated for, just this weekend. Yeah. Media people will not sleep that day, I believe. A statement signed by the party General Secretary Japan said the poll should be taken between the hours of 8 and 3. Okay. And that's it. It's just straightforward, right?
Yeah, it's just like the normal election.
Okay.
We
all the constituencies are undertaken?
Except those who have
difficulties
issues, appeals,
clearing their...
Yes. Otherwise, a chunk of it, 275, probably.
How many of them will go? How many won't go?
What do you mean, how many of them will
How many of them will take part in the activity this Saturday? And how many
well, even as we speak, there's the National Appeals Committee. There's an appeals committee looking at some of the issues. So even by the close of the day, maybe more will be cleared. But
by this time we should know. By this time we should know. Today is the second day of the working week. We should know.
It's not even up to 20. Out of the
they are not up to 20.
Out of the 275.
Okay.
So hopefully majority will be cleared by weekend. There are standing ones in a week or two. We should be able
you
to
play an important role. What role do you play in all this?
I don't play any
role.
You're
a member of... was it the previous?
I don't play any role. I'm a member of parliament for...
No, I know. For the party, you're a member of... was it for the organization of the...
We are doing the presidential primaries. I was part of it.
Okay.
But now because it's for the MPs.
But some of them really have got difficulties.
Of course, in any institution there will be challenges.
Yes, of course.
Some
especially
are not happy about maybe being disqualified. Others are not happy that some have been cleared when they shouldn't have been cleared. But it's all a matter of dispute settlement and then resolution. At the end of the day, some even have rise to court, but we're hoping that they will bring it out of court. We do this by 13th, majority would have been cleared, then a few other outstanding ones. I'm waiting for their turn, probably.
When are you going for? When would it be open?
It hasn't been decided yet.
It hasn't been decided. Will you be contesting?
No, I won't be. How many times are you going to ask me that? How many times? Every time you ask me and I say, I'm not contesting.
Okay. So for the last time, he's telling you.
Nothing will change your mind?
He's telling you that he's not going for it.
I have a good friend too. Is it Ablekuma Central? Tete Chai? Yeah, he also vehemently protests. I am not going to contest it. Well, you're too young. A member of parliament to say you won't contest.
If he's too young, then I'm too old.
Oh, no, you're not too old. You're actually not old. If you're going to have independent views like you're espousing, then we always need you. All right, so we hear that insurance premiums have gone up by some 800%. For third parties, for example, if you're paying 60, 70, you're not going to pay. We have, I think,
the insurance industry is not doing the right thing. They want to streamline things. The insurance commissioner, Ms. Bauer, I know her very well. Now, even this policy of not paying insurance in installments, they have their good sides and bad sides. Now, the problem is being compounded by the fact that now for third party, overnight, 800% increase. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You say you want to cater for those who get involved in accidents, etc. But at least, look at the situation. But I don't know what SIC is saying. But if SIC is not increasing by 800%, then you should expect that everybody will go to SIC, which is a state-owned. Because for the private people, if you say that you're going to increase it by 800%, I don't think people will not complain. And most people do third party.
That's why they are galvanizing through the National Insurance Commission.
Yes, most people do third party.
Well, I have a problem.
Because we have a lot of torturers and things who are third party people.
Most of them, and I mean that should not be the issue, but because it's a sub to the fact that we're not a very wealthy nation. But the thing is that I believe that the insurance companies have money for all room. because most of the time, I mean, not everybody has accidents and they keep the premiums. They have got to find a way of contributing to the country. They're not putting up the premiums. They've got to be able to have some percentage that goes to emergency funds and to make all those kind of things before, and then tell us what they're doing with the money before they come up with it.
Again, political will.
Yeah.
We need a political will for that policy to be introduced into a legislation and all that. I will hope that will come to pass, though. And independent member of the NDC.
He's not independent.
I'm not independent. I'm a hardcore NDC
if he were
independent-minded member. Independent-minded member of the NDC.
I've always been
Fritz
independent-minded.
Buffo is a member of parliament for Ablekuma South. And thanks for joining me. How many committees do you belong in parliament?
Two.
Defense.
It's defense and interior is one, and I belong to gender.
Okay. Did you go around the flood area?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
And then also we have for Equiapim South, Obiamwa, Osei here. Thanks for joining me.
Local government subsidiary legislation.
You see, Committee for Local Government and Subsidiary Legislation.
South MPs.
All of them are involved as far as this issue of flooding and disasters are concerned. We're taking a break. When we come back, Mama Viu Uswabuaji over here, and we're wrapping up the show for the day.